The only thing missing from this right now is it falls slightly flatter than anything else from the north. And that's my only thing. So like it's not one note, it's like 2 or 3 notes, where when you go to the north it's like 5 to 8 notes.
Yeah.
So if I had a bigger like zing on the back end, I'd probably be all over the nines. But it's an 8-9 to me. If it was a little warmer, I'd probably get all that because everything's supposed to be.
I was gonna say
drank warmer.
Once you said that, I could see it being a touch warmer and all that other stuff.
It'd probably be in a 9.
Because in the back of the throat, it falls flat.
What I do like about it is it doesn't dry out my mouth, so all I want to do is eat with this.
Mm-hmm.
So like for instance, if I go last or whoever, like I would go braised meats, but with like light, very like aromatic flavors to go with it, because that needs to draw out some of the stuff that's in the wine.
So if you had to make the perfect dish for this right now, what would it be?
I'd probably do a short rib, but I'd probably cover it in like lime zest and pistachios. So like you take it, you do like you do like an anchovy garum. So like you do colatora, but you reduce the sound, so it's like super fucking
people
salty.
Don't know what garum is.
So garum basically is it's colatora is anchovy juice. That was the first garum, right? So it's basically fermented, aged of anything. I could do a scallop garum, I could do a pork garum, I could do any garum I want. Anchovy was the original one. It's like extra fortified flavor of a certain ingredient. You could do a vegetable garum. For me, anchovy, lamb, anchovy and beef, anchovy, lamb, beef, and lime or lemon is like the perfect 4 ingredients to go with this, in my opinion. Because you need the salt, you need the acid, you need the fat, and you need just meat. So that's what I would do with this, 100%.
A little bit.
But now I gotta go bone in. I gotta serve everybody a fucking monster thing. I'm gonna kill people on that dinner.
Well, that's the whole point.
I got a little on top short ribs. Can't do the monster short ribs.
People never forget near-death experiences.
They do.
And that's the whole point. You don't want to forget. So,
well,
yeah, I could see 100%. And then for me, honestly, I think I would go shorter too. Who's wheeling?
Probably Taylor.
Oh, I heard that.
Taylor.
Yeah, that whole short rib. I'm glad you didn't say over polenta because it's just a touch too much. That's when you'll need. Yeah, you'll need barolo, things like that for that. But short rib, a little bit of bay leaf, allspice in there. Oh.
You know what this would be good over though? Panelle, so a chickpea pancake, like a soca almost, but like a thick one. That'd be good. Panelle sandwiches. Like if you've never had one, I gotta make you one. It's a fried. It's like a fried, almost like chickpea chip, but it's soft in the middle, really crunchy in the outside, and then you put it in just bread, and you just eat it like that. But it sounds weird.
Oh yeah,
but it's phenomenal.
I've never had it. I know what it is.
I always go a lot of olive oil, a little squeeze of lemon juice, and a ton of salt. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
But when you're walking, it's funny because a lot of the Sicilian stuff transfers over to Naples. So a lot of the stuff that you would normally get in Sicily, you also get there. You just don't get you don't get the same cannolis though.
Don't you find it funny that like a lot of Sicilian stuff has went to Naples, but a lot of Neapolitan things haven't got adopted by Sicily? I find that so infatuating.
Yeah, I agree.
Because clearly someone went up there.
Yeah.
Or someone went down and came back.
Because they're almost like twin cities, right? I mean,
they really are.
The two most prominent volcanoes, and then lemons, oranges, all that
migration,
stuff. Yeah, it's
history,
all there.
All that.
So it's and it's probably coming off the 2 ports as well, right? Like Naples and Sicily probably had a lot to do. Probably coming out of Naples, go to Sicily, and then go to Africa. Right. So it makes a lot of sense. But a lot of that stuff has made its way up.
I know, it's weird.
Cinnamon is massive in Sicily. Nobody knows that. Ginger
definitely the African
ginger is insane in Puglia and Naples, and nobody knows that.
You keep talking about that, but I have never had a Puglian recipe with ginger.
Really?
And I even, what's crazy is I googled
the recipe at the Campanelle Neri at Alici has ginger.
Does it? Damn, I gotta pay attention more than I eat it. Because I remember Googling just ginger and Puglia, and you can't find anything on it.
Really?
But I'm not calling you a liar. Like, I definitely believe you.
Huge port.
And it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I remember like
it's
trying to
just
just
Venice.
Really? Well, I can actually see that. That makes sense. Well, because you have like Venetian cafes, Turkish coffee, that type of stuff, and that all gets put into it, so I can see that. But like Puglia, to me, that just blows me away because you would think there'd at least be like one recipe that's known.
Yeah.
And there's not. And I couldn't even find one to
probably just used at home or in areas like that, or like old grandmothers never got passed down. Because you remember Marco Polo.
I know.
1500s.
Spice Road, all that stuff. And that's the thing, or Silk Road, Spice Road, my dumbass. But I I love ginger. I put ginger in, especially Puerto Rican food, like the stuff that I make that my mom used to make growing up that I now make or things like that. I always add ginger to it because obviously there's that tie-in of Asian. You could kind of make fusion, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Even though I hate that word, but anything Puerto Rican, like with sazon and adobo and things like that, add ginger to it, changes the whole game. So I'd really be interested in. I would literally just take a trip to Puglia just to have a ginger dish.
That's funny.
I would even go to China first. I'd go to Puglia.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it.
All right, so my score, I'm right at an 8-9 with you as well, only because of the temp.
Only because
Can't do the temp. I 100% agree.
I need a little bit, slightly warmer. That's it.
Yeah.
Not even like it doesn't have to go crazy. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
But that is probably the better Nero I've had in the past 2 years.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
As far as an oaked, like really old style, not something to be. We've had a lot of fresh Neros lately. A lot of people are getting away from that oaky, broody Nero, and a lot of people are making either stainless or this concrete style, fresher, lighter ones. But when it comes to these, a lot of people still aren't finding that balance of the oak and everything, and they're over oaking. And for that one to be what it is, at what price point it is, that's one of the better ones you'll find on the market these days. And again, all organic, all clean, a lot of history there. They've never strayed away from their way. I respect that a lot. So,
I agree.
A lost art in winemaking for sure.
Sir, I don't want to cut this short, but I got to jump on a Zoom. Last final things.
That's all good. Keep your eyes peeled for that dinner, because that
Yes.
dinner is going to be insane.
Yes, please.
It's going to be really good. She's flying in from Sicily. I'm not shitting you. She lives there on the estate at the winery. She's a chef as well. Her last name's not Sicilian though. Sounds like German-esque in a way, or Austrian.
Yeah, it kind of.
So I'm very curious to see if she has any tie-in with that type of cuisine, and be very, very excited to see what this becomes.
Agreed.
Almost to the point where I'm going to buy a ticket for myself and not work it, but we'll see what happens.
Nah, you gotta work
I
it.
do, but I'm just going to try
You
it.
get more fun shit out of working it.
That's true. But yeah, look out for that dinner. I imagine in the next few weeks we'll be releasing it because it's one of those that it's gonna be unforgettable. So I want people to get those tickets ASAP as best as they can.
Agreed.
I'll talk to Sam.
Yes, absolutely.
Anything for you, sir?
No, I got nothing, man. I got to jump in this, and then we just got a lot going on. So, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you again.